Here at 11, we are headed toward a weather impact alert day tomorrow. Today's warm temps about to get even warmer. This is a live look outside from our Wells Fargo Skycam looking over downtown Portland, where it's about 75 degrees or so right now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich.
And I'm David Molko, along with Chief Meteorologist Matt Zafina. So Matt, how hot are we talking?
Yeah, we're headed for the 90s, the upper 90s tomorrow, and it is a warm night tonight. We're sitting at 77 right now. Light winds and a clear sky, noticeably warmer than it was at this time last night. And it's not just Portland. We've got mid to upper 70s throughout the metro area. And in fact, the entire state is in the 70s for the most part, even some 80s left over down in southern Oregon at this moment. And most of Oregon, except for the south coast, is running several degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago. We're 8 degrees warmer in Portland, 14 degrees warmer over in Prineville. So a big difference. We are under a heat advisory beginning at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, extending until 11 o'clock tomorrow night. And in fact, most of the state, save the Cascades, the coast, and the Coast Range, they're either under heat advisory, an excessive heat warning, or fire weather watches and warnings and air quality alerts where you see the gray because of wildfire smoke. So sunny, hot, and hazy the next couple of days. Thunderstorms possible in southern Oregon will begin to cool us down on Saturday. And again, these are weather impact alert days Thursday and Friday. Major heat risks for those that are prone to heat-related illnesses. Make sure you hydrate and chill out. It's going to be a warm night tomorrow night, too. I'll talk about when the relief comes a bit later. Guys?
Yeah, appreciate you keeping tabs on all that. Thank you, Matt. We're learning new information tonight about a murder-suicide that left a Vancouver mother of 3 dead.
Yeah, this is a very tough story. Family and friends identifying the victim as Carissa Larkin and sharing some of their favorite memories.
She is the biggest energy in the room. She walks in the room and you're going to know Carissa was there.
Friends say Larkin was a phenomenal mother who felt more like a sister. They say her life ended far too soon when she was shot and killed last Thursday while holding her 4-year-old son in her arms. The shooter, friends say, was her estranged fiancé who died by suicide.
She was going to work. She was taking her 4-year-old to school. And he showed up and surprised her. But it wasn't something we would ever imagine would have happened.
According to court records, Larkin had petitioned for multiple protection orders against her fiancé. A couple were granted in April, but in the end, they were not enough. Larkin's son was not seriously hurt in the shooting. Friends have started to GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses, hospital bills, and the kids. It's already raised nearly $9,000. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, Gresham police are asking for help finding a missing 13-year-old. They say Cecilia Green ran away from home this morning around 10:30. This was in the 1300 block of Northeast 8th Street. She is 5'7" and has black shoulder-length hair and brown eyes. Cecilia was last seen wearing a gray t-shirt with Nara written on the back, dark blue jeans, and sandals. She's also familiar with TriMet. If you see her, call the Gresham Police non-emergency line.
To Lane County now, where Bureau of Land Management officials say their rangers caught an arsonist who illegally dumped garbage on BLM land, then set it on fire. It happened July 6th during the peak of the extreme heat wave. A helicopter spotted smoke and crews put out the small fire before it spread into the forest. The suspect apparently told investigators he started that fire to erase any fingerprints that could connect him to the trash. He was booked into the Lane County Jail.
And State Representative Maxine Dexter has announced she is resigning from the Oregon House at the end of August. Dexter won the Democratic primary in Oregon's 3rd congressional district, the seat retiring Congressman Earl Blumenauer has held for over 25 years. A replacement will be appointed to serve out Dexter's term in November. Democrat Shannon Jones Isidore will face Republican Stan Baumhofer in the race for State House District 33, which encompasses parts of Northwest and downtown Portland.
Developing tonight, a widow is calling for change to protect rideshare drivers in Portland after her husband was shot to death while driving for Uber. Josh Kelvin, a father of 3, was killed in southeast Portland June 4th. He had a 17-year-old passenger in the car who was also shot but survived. Today, Kelvin's wife, Kelly, spoke out, asking Uber and the city to consider safety measures like a better vetting process for passengers, ending the option to request rides for someone else, and also requiring cameras inside cars. She says while these may not have stopped her husband's murder, it could help in other cases.
Even though this happened from outside of the vehicle, They could have maybe picked up who did it. I mean, it might not have prevented it, but at least it can also help be a deterrent if a passenger wants to get unruly in the car. These people need to know in a split second how they have devastated a family.
Crime Stoppers is offering a $2,500 reward to anyone who can help solve the case and identify Josh Kelvin's killer.
Well, voters in Washington have less than a week left to return their ballots for the state's top 2 primary. That includes the race for governor.
Alma McCarty joins us now with a look at what to know ahead of next Tuesday. Good evening, Alma.
Good evening, David, Christine. Let's first break down some of the big races, starting with Congressional District 3, which could end up as a rematch.
The incumbent in that race, Democrat Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez, who's up against Republicans Joe Kent and Leslie Llewellyn. Gluesenkamp-Perez beat Kent in 2022 in the general election. Polls show the two very close, in one case, effectively tied. Then there's the Senate race. Incumbent Democrat Maria Cantwell has held the position since 2001. There are several people listed on the ballot, but her main challenger is Republican Raul Garcia, a doctor from Yakima. Polls currently show Cantwell holding a lead over Garcia. And of course, there's the race for governor, as Governor Jay Inslee is not seeking re-election. Attorney General Bob Ferguson, a Democrat, faces former Congressman Dave Reichert, a Republican. A poll from our sister station in Seattle shows Ferguson in the lead with more than 40% of the vote, Reichert with more than 30%. Republicans Semi Bird and Democrat Mark Mullet are also in the running. As a reminder, in Washington state, it's a top 2 primary. That means voters do not have to declare a party affiliation to vote, and all candidates from every party for each race appear in a single group on the ballot. The 2 with the highest number of votes advance to the general election on November 5th.
Clark County elections officials today say they plan to check the accuracy of the ballot counting machines following the election. They'll perform a hand count of randomly picked ballots, approximately 600 of them. That will start Wednesday morning. Deadline to drop off your ballot or have it postmarked in the mail is next Tuesday at 8 p.m. David?
Yeah, some really exciting races, and of course, we will be covering it all. Thanks, Alma. Appreciate that preview.